Well, tonight we're taking an in-depth look at reopening efforts all around the world. The perspective comes from former KCTV5 colleagues who are now living abroad. Here's investigative reporter Angie Racono.
We all want a crystal ball so we can look ahead. And other countries are ahead of us with testing and tracing. They're reopening their economies. Tonight we look at South Korea and Germany, two different countries with two very different strategies.
Nothing feels normal right now. It feels like upside down world.
Meet Emily Sinovic. She's an investigative journalist who now lives in South Korea. Emily briefly came back to visit family in the United States for a very special reason. This is her niece. But returning to South Korea meant immediate isolation, a 14-day quarantine.
The government has you download an app that monitors your GPS.
The government is now adding electronic wristbands. Cameras watch everything.
There have been some cases of people getting deported because they violated the quarantine.
Everyone in South Korea wears a mask.
This isn't their first rodeo with something like this.
Please, this way.
Emily describes South Korea as serious, methodical, but not panicked.
There's restaurants are still open, and the majority of businesses are still up and running. And you still see a lot of people from my window out here, and I can kind of see there's still a lot of people that go out to the park.
Schools and churches were shut down. Daily cases are now in the single digits.
They're pretty big sports fans here, but they're going to open their baseball season in May.
But it will be a new normal. No fans at the first games. South Korea will rely on technology and testing to keep the virus in check. The South Korean government has branded the full return to society as everyday life quarantine.
Test early and test often.
Amanda Palumbo is also an investigative journalist living overseas. She now calls Germany home. These happy photos were taken before coronavirus hit. This year, there will be no festivals. Oktoberfest is canceled. No large crowds in Germany.
I think that was kind of the big concern with Oktoberfest because that brings in 6 to 7 million people in Munich.
Germany will not be monitoring its population like South Korea.
Germany has extremely strict privacy rules.
Citizens are balking at the idea of immunity certificates where the government would keep track of who already had the virus.
There's already kind of a resistance against that. They're like, we don't want the government knowing who has it and who doesn't.
Forget surveillance and apps to track people, but they are aggressive with testing.
When someone started showing symptoms and tested positive for COVID-19, they automatically tested everyone that had close contact and then tested those people who had close contact with those people. And they were able to kind of catch it really early where the people weren't even showing symptoms at the time.
In Germany, people feel more confident about who has the virus. They aren't paranoid about silent spreaders and asymptomatic people. There have been some small protests about reopening the economy.
I think Germans, like everyone else, is kind of chomping at the bit to kind of get back to some kind of semblance of normal.
Normal means oldest students go back first. Social distancing plans for younger students are being crafted. School will return in waves, and some schools may have the oldest and then the youngest return to help with childcare. So kids in that middle age range may actually return last. Swimming pools remain closed. Social distancing remains in effect in both countries. They're ahead of us when it comes to testing and tracing. It's something the United States is still working on. Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.